Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Today I have the opportunity to work on another one of the reels that Scott has found out at a West Coast flea market. This one is a Roddymatic. It's the Roddymatic 902 by Roddy, and it says Quality of Japan by Roddy. Roddy was a rod manufacturer. Roddy was the last name of the individual who founded the company, made fishing rods, and then expanded his line to include fishing reels, kind of as a natural pairing to the rods that he was selling. Well, this is an older one. My guess is the 1960s. And Scott got this one at a flea market, and I think I've previewed a lot of his flea market finds. Relatively speaking, he doesn't pay a lot for the reels. They are all interesting, and they've become the subject of several of my my videos, kind of saving me a trip to the flea market to find subjects for them. Well, we're going to try and take this apart. We'll see how this reel is made. We'll see what the issues are with the reel, and learn from it, see if we can get it fishing again. One of the things I noticed as I was cranking the reel as well, the handle spins, but nothing else does. Kind of unusual, but if you turn the reel, well, now your handle is spinning, and the reel is turning, and the shaft is going up and down as it should. So this is kind of a curious one. Not certain what it is. It almost would seem to me that this reel would have a stripped main gear screw. But the thing is, this has got a pin holding the handle on, not a thread. So this is going to be curious to find out what this is. Well, we're going to start just by taking off this side plate to get a closer look. But before I do that, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you like fishing reel repair, if you like to learn about fishing reels, and if you just want to see generally how these things are designed, manufactured, and come together. All right, well, I'm going to remove that handle first. As I mentioned, there's a pin here, and sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not, but if you get something smaller than the pin on the handle, well, there we go. This one came out easy. That's not always the case. But that pin, as you can see, will go through the handle slot, and there should be a corresponding hole, and there is, in the main gear shaft. Right, so that pin will go through there and it'll lock the handle on there. And as I mentioned, normally you would say that's a stripped thread, but this isn't threaded. Well, in the adjuster, this one would go in and out to allow the handle to fold. Well, that's working fine. So that doesn't seem to be the issue there. Curious. Okay, let's go see if what we can learn from this. Just check that one more time. Yeah, it's not turning. Okay, the next thing I think we would want to do is we would want to take the 3 side plate screws off to get a better look at what this is, including maybe removing that main gear. Not maybe, we will remove that main gear. It's held on by 3 screws. And generally speaking, as I do these, I like to take pictures along the way so I know what I'm doing, and I like to keep pieces and parts in a parts tray. I use the bottom of a fast food container so that I know where to go for these pieces and parts when the reel needs to be reassembled. While I'm doing that, again, I encourage you to subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit that notification button. That'll tell you when I'm posting videos. I work on all kinds of reels. I work on, well, old vintage spinning reels like this one, newer modern reels. I work on the ocean, lakes, freshwater, bait casters, spinning, trolling, you name it. Basically, whatever comes into my shop becomes the subject of the videos that I do. And this one, in this case, is an older version. All right, let's pick this up. Well, we've got a mess underneath here. I don't know if I've ever seen this grease before. It's a silver grease. Oh, and it's just coming off in chunks. But that can't be the cause of why this is not working. It could be the cause of a poor performance, but not why it's not working. Not quite sure what this stuff is. Wow. Kind of need a chisel to get that grease off, but that just says it hasn't been worked on or used in a while. And if we can figure out what's going on with this main gear, we'll see what we can do. Well, while we're at it, we want to just kind of see if everything other than the main gear is an issue here. So let's spin the rotor. That's doing fine. Let's grab the axle shaft, move that up and down. Even though it's got a bunch of old dried and kind of terrible grease inside, that's not the issue. So something's going on here. Well, when I turn the handle, the main gear is turning. Let's put a little pressure on that main gear. Ooh. So there's an issue there. This shaft continues to turn even though I'm holding that main gear. So let's go underneath, pull that out, take a look. Well, there's a lot of old grease, as you might imagine here. A visual inspection doesn't seem to say anything is wrong with it. This is turning fine, but that's just the adjuster for the handle. Well, that shouldn't be. This is the main shaft coming out of the gear. That should be solid. And if we turn to this side here, well, we can see that there's a chip or damage or something here. And what that would be is that would be the weld that would be holding this shaft in place, and it looks like it's broken free of the main gear. Let's just see if we turn it. Yeah, that's what's going on here. So the weld or the molding or whatever the vehicle was used to mate the shaft to the main gear has broken free, and now we have a shaft that turns independent of the main gear rather than turning the main gear. Well, that's this is what it has become, what I will refer to as a tuition reel. We just learned something. I have not seen this failure on any other reels that I've worked on. Usually you'll see broken shafts, you'll see a broken crosswind block, you'll see a broken stud on the main gear, things like that that would cause your handle and everything to turn but not move the reel. In this case, I'm holding the stud firm, and you can just see that's spinning when it shouldn't be spinning. There should be a weld there. Well, the only solution to that would be to replace a main gear. This reel I'm going to estimate was from the 1960s, maybe the 1970s, and I'm sure parts are no longer available. Roddy is no longer available as a company. I would think that if you could get one of these, the only way you would do that would be to find a donor reel and to use the main gear out of the donor reel, or possibly find somebody that was selling parts from a donor reel to facilitate that. I'll do a quick check, but I think for the most part, this one is just going to be a lesson learned in why fishing reels fail. And this one's going to be a relatively unusual one because it's the first time I've seen one. So I'm just going to box this back up. We'll put it all back together. We'll put it in a tray for now. We'll see if we can find that main gear. And if not, well, Scott will have a reel that he can either put aside and see if he can find that gear at some point. Particularly if you're using something like eBay, parts come and go on that site, so it may not be there today, but it may be there when you check back in a week or two or a month or whatever. And if you really want to get this one going again, it's worth keeping. If not, maybe individually you want to put this on eBay and help somebody else give their reels a second chance. Well, if you have a question on this reel or any reel in particular, if you leave it in the comment section below, I'll be happy to try and give you an answer to it if I know the answer. If I don't, I'll try to point you in the right direction to somebody who may know the answer to that. And as for this reel, well, I think that this one is a learning experience, or as I mentioned, a kind of a tuition reel, worth the price paid for trying to figure that out. To put this handle back on, you just pull that pin out, you line the pin with the hole in the adjuster, push that back in. I guess it goes in this way. Tighten it back up, but that's as far as this is going to go in terms of being able to drive this reel. All right, to those of you that are first responders and essential personnel, thank you for watching. To everyone, please stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.